Welcome to the lesson 3 of our grant writing journey. This is lesson 3 of module 1. Module 1, welcome to the world of grants. And in this lesson 3, we are going to cover who gives grants and do a deep dive on them. So far, we have covered what is a grant in lesson 1 of this module, and also in lesson 2 previous module, we've covered why funders give money. So now it's time to meet the grant givers themselves. By the way, if you are new here and you have not seen the previous 2 lessons, kindly click on this playlist so that you can be able to see all these lessons and follow them one after the other. Because all of them precede each other, and in that order you can be able to understand this full course and make the most of it. By the way, this course is made available by grantdatabase.org, and you can check it out. It's a local platform where you can see grant opportunities. So now we've talked about what is a grant and why funders give money. If this is your first time on this channel, kindly subscribe and also like the video for others to see. Thank you. So it's time to meet the grant givers themselves, because once you know who is giving the money, you know who to talk to, and more importantly, how to talk to them. So the big question here is, who exactly gives grants? Is it just foreign donors or your state government also? Now, can private companies fund your idea, or is it only NGOs? Now, the answer to these questions that I ask is all of them, foreign donors, state government, federal government, local government, companies, NGO, all of them give grants. So we're going to break it down into 2. So here I've identified local partners and also foreign partners. So the local funders are the funders. Yes, I'm talking about fund, not founder. Here I mean fund, F-U-N-D, yes, funders, right? And this is founders. Oops. All right, perfect. So I'm talking about this one here. Yeah. So let's continue. The local funders, the helpers in your backyard. Yes, there are homegrown funders right around you. Many people overlook them while chasing international donors. That means that in your local government, in your country where you are, there are local funders, people that really want to support what you are doing or the type of thing that you do. So among these local funders, I've identified 3 of them. First one is local foundations and NGOs. So these are organizations started by individuals or philanthropists who want to give back to their community. So in Nigeria, example includes the T.Y. Danjuma Foundation. So in Nigeria, we support health and education initiative in underserved communities. So they've provided grants for mobile clinics, school support programs, and maternal health outreach. In that same also, another example includes the Tony Elumelu Foundation, TEF, which gives $5,000 in seed grants and 12-week training to African entrepreneurs each year. So I'm going to give you a pro tip here. Many of these organizations announce calls once a year. So you have to sign up for updates via platforms like Grant Database so that you can be able to see updates as they are coming up. So ensure you visit Grant Database, and then you are always, you sign up so that these are platforms where you see opportunities in your localities. All right, let's continue. So the second in the local funders is state and federal government programs. So yes, your government, whether it's state or federal or local government, also give grants. They may call it intervention funds, they may call it empowerment programs, they may call it youth innovation funds, they may call it women in agriculture initiatives. So in example, in Lagos, Nigeria, there is Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, which has supported over 15,000 businesses with grants and low interest loans. So another one is NISA, NISA Microfinance Bank through the Central Bank of Nigeria. So occasionally, okay, let me put what I mean here. NIRSAL. Yeah, you can Google this name if you are in Nigeria. And yeah, so they occasionally offer grants and non-interest support to agri-businesses and women-led startups. In year 2022, there is a story of these young women in Ogun State that received a grant to start cassava processing cooperatives through a Women in Agriculture scheme. So they used the money to buy peeling machines and solar dryers, and they are in business. So the third part in this local funders are the CSR, corporate social responsibility by companies. So many private companies give grants as part of their social responsibility programs. It's good for branding and also it's good for impact. So examples include MTN Foundation, which give education and health grants. Google.org offers tech-focused grants to African non-profits. Union Bank in Nigeria also has supported social impact ideas through Centenary Innovation Challenge. So the goal is for you to understand these local funders in your country, wherever you are, and you'll be able to key into programs and what they are doing. So if your project aligns with any of these, with their values, that is in tech, education, women empowerment, etc., they might fund you. So the project for this is CSR grants are sometimes hidden in challenges, competitions, or hackathons. Always read beyond the headline. So that is why I suggest, and I'm telling you again, to always check out grantdatabase.org for opportunities. So now in this part 2, we're going to be looking at international funders. We have checked the local funders. Now let's look at international funders, which are global giants. So these are funders based outside your country. Now we are in Nigeria, we have some funders from the US, from UK, from UN. So these are international funders, right? So funders that are not located within your country are cross-border international. So among this one is, like I said, they are funders based outside your country, often working across borders to solve global problems. So one of these global funders that is very big is the UN agencies. So the United Nations has different arms and many give grants through call for proposals or partnership. So like I mentioned earlier in Module 2, the UN Women funds Gender Equality Project. There's UNDP also. UNDP supports local governance, youth-led innovation, and climate action. Also, there is UNICEF that focuses on children, health, and education. All of these are UN agencies that are giving grants. So you have to visit their website, UN agencies, and look for call for proposals, innovation challenges, or partnership opportunities to see what they are really doing. In 2020, there was a youth-led initiative in Uganda that received funding from UNDP to train local farmers on climate-smart agriculture. So it's always advisable to check these UN agencies to see what they are doing, and then if it goes with what you are having, then you apply. All right, another international organization is the European Union. Now, European Union, they funds a wide range of initiatives in Africa across the world, from governance to youth inclusion to health to rural development. So in Nigeria, the European Union support to democratic governance in Nigeria, so funded civic tech startups and media literacy campaigns ahead of the 2023 election that held some times ago. So also we have the DFID, FCDO UK. These are UK organizations. The UK government through the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, FCDO, offers development grants around education, health, women's rights, and also inclusion. All right, so another one we have here is the USAID. So I've talked about USAID in the previous lesson, but let's go over it again. So USAID is the United States Agency for International Development, and this is a massive source of funding for developing countries. They fund in areas like health and nutrition, youth empowerment, civil engagement, agriculture. So USAID fund a lot of projects, but currently they are not working as a result of what the US government is trying to achieve. So fifthly, we have the philanthropic giants, which are global foundations. Think of them as the billionaires and visionaries funding change. Examples include the Gates Foundation that fund something on health, agriculture, and digital education. We have the MasterCard Foundation also, which supports youth employment and entrepreneurship. We have the Skoll Foundation, Skoll, which supports social entrepreneurship and storytelling. So these funders often work through partners. So check for their current grantees and consider applying through local partner organization first. So these are very important information as a grant writer for you to know and how to go. So let's go to our activity for this lesson. So you have some assignments that you are going to be working on as a result of this lesson. So you have to pick one topic you are passionate about, either education, climate, environment, youth skills, gender-based violence, gender equality, whatsoever topic you want to you want to work with. Now you will now go and search and write down one local funder. You pick one of the topic that you are very passionate about, and then you search for one local funder for that particular topic. Then you search for one corporate social responsibility CSR, and then you search for one international funder. Like I mentioned, this course is to hold you by the hands on how to use on how to be a professional grant writer. All right, so you can use grantdatabase.org or Google to search, or social media. So this activity will help you to start building your personal funder list, which is a critical step in your grant writing journey. All right, so let's do a quick recap and end this lesson. So today you've met number one, local funders like state programs, private foundations, and CSR initiatives. Also, we've talked about the global funders like the UN, USAID, European Union, DFID, and global philanthropies. So you've also seen real life examples of how youth-led community-based programs secure grants from this institution. So let this excite you, not intimidate you. These organizations are looking for people like you, people with ideas, passion, and commitment to drive change. So your job is to learn how to communicate your value and vision in a way that aligns with theirs. And that is exactly what this training is all about. So get ready for our next lesson. Thank you and see you in lesson 4.